Hi Jess, I'm looking at your slides and I just want to bring up a couple of things with you. As we've talked in class, it's very important that you read and reread what you write before you go ahead and say that you're done with it. So if you notice, I'm right-clicking on the words that are underlined in red because they're misspelled. I want you to get in the habit of doing the same thing. It's just a right click on the word, and almost always spell check will give you the correct spelling. I'm going to show you how to write incomplete sentences for these questions. I'm going to ask you to actually go back and respond again because you need to write incomplete sentences. Remember, we talked about symbolism, and symbolism basically is how symbols that are found in novels can give us deeper meaning as readers. So let's take a look at some of the symbols I asked for you to analyze. First of all, Stargirl. Well, what does Stargirl represent? In a way, Stargirl sort of represents that part of humankind that longs to be free and to do whatever we want to do without worrying about what other people will think. On the flip side, let's look at Leo. Leo, he represents basically the reality of how most people live, right? There are moments where he is like Stargirl and he's free, but for the most part, he doesn't have the ability to not care what other people think. He always sort of conforms to people's expectations, and he doesn't ever live without worrying about what other people think. Now, let's take a quick look at the rat, right? The fact that Stargirl has a pet rat, that's very unique. Most people view rats as disgusting and dirty and foul, but not Stargirl. She has a pet rat, which is extremely out of the ordinary. Let's now look at the instrument that Stargirl carries, a ukulele. So if you did any research on the ukulele, you can see that it originated mainly in Hawaii, but what it mainly does is it brings people together. A ukulele is used lots of times at gatherings and for celebrations. Now Stargirl's clothes. Clothes that people wear, that's a reflection on their personality, right? So she has a very unique personality. Her clothes are unique, but at the point in the novel when we notice that she starts to change, so too do her clothes. Okay, so her cards, right? So the cards represent her good intentions. She's a very good person, right? She's very generous, she's caring. When Leo assists her in handing out the cards, he also feels good about it. So really, the cards of Stargirl basically comes down to when you do good things for other people, it makes you feel good. Now, the desert. If we are to think about a desert, right? What does a desert represent? A desert is very dry, right? Sometimes it's just filled with nothingness. There isn't a whole lot of development, right? Well, it's a symbol. The desert sort of symbolizes the school and also Leo in a lot of ways. Just like Leo and just like a desert, the school was super boring, right? But when Stargirl enters, right, what does she create? She creates life, energy, right? You could look at it like the high school is now alive. Finally, look at Mica High School. First of all, the name Mica, well, what is that? That's a mineral, right? It's a mineral that happens to be really, really hard and inflexible. It's extremely strong, right? I think the name of the high school, Mica, was used very intentionally by the author because mica, the element, is hard, it's inflexible, can't really change it, right? But who was able to change it? Stargirl was able to change it. So I hope this helped with going through the various objects and things that we're trying to make sense of